Day 26, Honors Physics, number 22. So you have a person, they fire a bullet, hits the target, sound comes back, and the time lapse is 1 second. Once again, split this up into two parts. This is not an acceleration problem. It's a uniform velocity problem in two parts. You have the bullet as it travels to the target, and then the sound as it travels back from the target. And once again, you still just have V equals S over T or D over T. I'm going to call this V1, D1, T1, and V2, D2 over T2. You can call it S if you would like, the displacement, but it's traveling in a straight line. The distance and displacement are the same for each object. But for the, well, I'll do some solving here before I plug in numbers. But bottom line is you have D1 equals V sub 1 T sub 1, and then likewise D sub 2 equals V sub 2 T sub 2. And D1 will equal D2. The distance is the same for both objects. So we'll indicate that there. D sub 1 equals D sub 2, which means V sub 1 T sub 1 equals V sub 2 T sub 2. We also know that T sub 1 plus T sub 2 equals 1 second. That's given. And all the units are in standard form, meters per second. So that's good. I can either solve for T sub 1 or T sub 2. T sub 1 will equal 1 minus T sub 2. So I'm going to take that fact and plug it into my equation. I could have started plugging numbers in already, but that's my T sub 1. In other words, once I plugged it all in together, I end up with V sub 1 times the quantity 1 minus T sub 2 equals V sub 2 T sub 2. And if you look at that equation now, basically I have everything. I have V sub 1, the velocity of the bullet. I'm going to let you finish the problem off. In other words, I have V sub 1. I have V sub 2. I'm going to use the distributive property on the left there and just rearrange using algebra to get T sub 2. And once you have T sub 2, you can figure out T sub 1 or go back to any of the original equations or other equations. But I think I would just go back to this equation right here. Once I have T sub 2 and I know V sub 2, that's the velocity of sound, I can figure out D sub 2, which is the same as D sub 1, which is D, and you're done.